What's up, disciplined investor?
We got Benzinga CEO Jason Raznick here with us.
The man, the myth, the legend, Tom Nash.
Peter Schiff on the Power Hour with us live today. Interesting, different, unique, innovative companies. Mia, you are live with us on the Power Hour. What's up?
Thank you so much for inviting me on.
Jessica Billingsley, that is the CEO of Akerna, the best trade idea resource out there.
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Ruell Report. I'm here with Ruell Black. Ruell, how are we doing tonight?
Great. How are you, my man?
I'm good. So if you're watching us, like Ruell and myself, you're probably interested in crypto, in Bitcoin and Ethereum. We've been watching the charts. Ooh, you got the Benzinga shirt on. I love it.
Represent.
Yes, sir. I was saying, Ruell, you and I, we've been watching the Bitcoin charts. We've been watching Ethereum over the weekend. We're getting close to some pretty big levels here, right? Bitcoin hit below 40,000 briefly earlier today and quickly came back, getting all the way up as high as nearly 42,000 before giving up some of those gains. Currently, still right around 42,000. Ethereum, kind of similar, but was reaching that $3,000 mark and then bounced off of there when it dipped below 3,000. Currently at about $3,100. So the real question is, how long will this crypto bear market go? What's a good level to get in here and buy Bitcoin and Ethereum? Personally, they're already off of their highs by about 30%. So I know I'm going out there, I'm buying a little bit of the dip. But Ruell, what's on the top of your mind right now in the crypto world?
Well, for me, before we get into Bitcoin and how far it'll go, this is why it's very kind of important to keep part of your portfolio in cash. Different price points for different people, but for me, it's like 25% I try to keep in cash. And as we get into the year, there's some things that I want us to go over. Where we can take these crypto earnings that we have in cash, put them in stable coins, and let them park somewhere and just get some interest from the stable coins. But we can go over that later. But yeah, this is definitely why you want to keep part of your portfolio in cash or stable coins, so you can take advantage of dips like this.
100%, could not agree more. Even if you have that high conviction and you have some positions you absolutely love, always smart to keep some cash on the sideline so that way you can add into those positions on dips. And yeah, I mean, it all depends on your time horizon too, right, Ruell? We have people out there that are trading these cryptos, kind of day trading them or scalping them, where they're quickly in and out positions, and other people, and this is the camp that I more fall in, is where I'm just kind of investing for the long term into Ethereum, into Bitcoin.
Yeah, that's kind of where I am right now. But for me, Aaron, it's always about quantity. So for me, I want to find coins not only that I believe in, that I can get a lot of quantity in. And in Bitcoin and Ethereum, I just can't get that much quantity in them. But the great thing about crypto, which is a little bit different from the stock world, is that you have really great coins with really great stories and really great histories where they're like $1 or $2 a coin. Whereas if you're in the stock market, which I understand as well, if you want something with a good history, you're going to pay at least like $9, for like a really good SPAC or something like that. So, you can't build as much quantity. So I want us to kind of go over on the second part to just go over things that would be really good for us to kind of invest in right now that have really great futures. And, we'll kind of recap some of the ideals, at least that I use, and you guys, not a financial advice, but use it in any way you see fit.
Beautiful. All right, Ruell, whenever you're ready, I'll go ahead and pull your screen up and we'll get cooking. Again, if this is your first time joining us on the Ruell Report, we do this show every Monday night right around this time. We started a few minutes early this week. But Ruell, Ruell's a crypto extraordinaire, knows everything there is to know about not only the big crypto coins like Bitcoin and Ethereum, but we talk about DeFi projects, NFTs, play to earn games, everything. So, go ahead and smash the like for Ruell. His personal YouTube should be in the description as well. So I implore everyone out there watching to go ahead and give Ruell a follow or subscribe on YouTube.
Yep. Just so you guys know, we're making a really big push to 1,000 subscribers. We're at 817 right now. If you want to go to my channel, it's as easy as putting in darkhorsewatcher.com. That's darkhorsewatcher.com. Goes directly to my YouTube. And if the Patreon something you're interested in, look at any one of my videos. I do like a weekly watch list for $7.77 a month, which is literally like less than $2 a watch list. Plus, I do like just bonus posts for all my patrons. So that's something you guys are interested in. That's out there as well. So let's give a look at the Bitcoin here, and so what I like to look at, guys, is a little bit of precedent. So if we take this all the way out, last time it kind of dropped like this was around here. When it dropped to 28, it revisited 28 a couple times, went below 28 like a lot right here, but really it was only for a little bit of time, and this is on a day chart, and it came back to 28 and then lifted off. So if we look at right here, we kind of got somewhat of a similar thing. When it dipped down to like 42, and now it's dipping a little bit past 42, but it's pretty much sticking around there. And that's the point where I'm thinking it's gonna stick. I really like it. Really have to do really bad to go down to like 36 or 3,500. Like I don't know what people are seeing when they're saying that, because I've seen a couple articles say, "Oh, will Bitcoin go down to 3,500?" There's no chart basis for that in my mind. And a lot of things what we want to use here is like support and resistance, and it's like literally it's no flim flam, it's no like trick, it's just literally what you can see with your eyes. The support is the lowest point, the resistance is the highest point, and maybe you guys have heard people talk about kind of like the death cross, and that's kind of when the it's when the 50 and I believe the 250 EMA cross. So you can see it right here. When this blue line crosses the red, that means it's pretty much bullish. And we can see that, right, with all the green being above this kind of when the blue is above the red. Now, when the red is above the blue, that's when you have these dips that we see. So we just had a crossing point right here. And as you can see, like times before where it's had this crossing, it hasn't stayed there that long. But as you guys have seen, everything tends to like follow Bitcoin in the market. So I'm thinking we're not going pretty much past this 40 point. Like that's the line. It's not going past that point. If it does, I'd say just buy more, because it's a really good thing if it goes below this, because we already know Bitcoin's not going anywhere. Like Coinbase is a publicly traded company. We got Bitcoin ETFs now. We got so much going on with Bitcoin with big hedge funds. It's not going anywhere. So
yeah, that's a good line in the sand right there. That $40,000 level, we saw it act as some support earlier today. So I like that a lot, Ruell.
Yep. And then I think we can take advantage and look at some coins that really have a really good history. And if you guys come over here and take a look at some of my videos, like Aaron knows, I've like had so many good calls on here. Cardano at like 30, it's like at $1.10 now.
Yeah, Ruell gave Cardano on the Benzinga channel with us. I mean, that was like a year ago now.
Almost, man, almost. Yep. Yep. So we got Cardano, we got Seek, called Seek at like 6 cents. Is sitting at like 60 cents right now. It went over $1 at a point. Like so many calls. Harmony One is 6 cents. It's at 32 cents now. Like if you guys aren't signed up, you're really missing out. But here what I wanted to focus on is my swaps and exchanges video. Really take a look at that. If we look at some swaps and exchanges, one coin I want to point out today is LCX. But before we get into LCX, like I told you guys before, I really like to look at precedent. And that's precedent as like what happened last year that we can apply to this year. Like what patterns can we see that show us, hey, exchanges are something really good to get into. And if you've never done crypto before, the thing to note about exchanges is whenever you put money on an exchange, you pay a fee. Whenever you swap or convert a coin on a exchange, you pay a fee. Now times that by like 1,000,000, like you know what I mean? Like that's a lot of money. And believe me, it's much less money than you would pay at a bank. But since it's so much money, they can kind of like get away with that, so to speak.
Right.
So if we look at, this is a coin. This is not even a big exchange. Gate.io. They blew up last year. This exchange itself. Whoops, I don't know what that was about, but they have a coin. It's called Gate Token. And last year around this time, if we go to all, this coin was sitting at about 50 cents. Right now it's sitting at $6. So they drummed up all this, publicity. They have people advertising them online. They get coins that you can't really get here in the US, and you can use it in the US. So they really made big pushes. And here we go. We got $6 a coin here. And the max supply is around, what is that? 300 million. So this is something really to look at. Another coin we could go at is one of Luke's favorites, Voyager token.
Yep.
We were talking Voyager like tons and tons throughout the whole year, right? Not only a stock, but also, we were talking the coin as well. So Voyager, like when you look at its phone app, has a really nice setup. It's relatively easy to trade on there. So they got a big presence, but still not a chain that's like the big chain. Like the biggest chains are worldwide, you could probably say, are Kraken, Coinbase, and Binance. Those are the three biggest chains. So this guy is loading. It's taking forever. Okay, so we'll come back to that once it loads. But so one thing I want to let you guys know about, if we go over here to Twitter, LCX had a hack yesterday. They caught it relatively early because the hacker only got away with $8 million, which seems like a lot of money. But Bitmart had a hack not too long ago, like a couple months ago, and the hacker got away with like almost like $180 million. So they already said, hey, don't worry about it. We're going to use our funds to compensate and cover anybody affected. Don't worry about it. So that's cool to know. And if you guys have never heard of LCX, one of the things I like about them is they're listed on Coinbase. So by being listed on Coinbase, you got to jump through a lot more hoops to get listed because it's a publicly traded U.S. company. So it's not just like they're on some random exchange. they're on Coinbase. So they had to jump through a lot of hoops to get registered there. So that's one. The second thing is they're in a country called Liechtenstein. If you never heard of that country, it's a little tiny country between Austria and Switzerland. From what I hear, from what I Googled and read and researched, it's a pretty rich country. Like literally, it's like, I don't know, like the size of like Rhode Island or something. It looks like, you know what I mean? So, so they're gonna have like Switzerland, Austria, all of Europe to kind of like trade around with. And I think it's enough piece of the pie there that they can be like, you know, they won't, it'll be fine for them, even though they have Binance to compete against. So you can see they're getting like a DeFi aggregator online. They have down here their mobile app right now for Google Play online. And best part about this is they also are able to be traded in the US. I just signed up for our account. I got to finish my KYC, but that's good to note too. So, so this is one of the ones I'm really high on. And again, remember with the exchanges, they're going to get all these fees from people swapping, from people putting money on there and buying new coins. So that's why I'm really high on that.
Yeah, no, I think playing so some of these lesser known plays are really where you can get some of the best return in the crypto world.
Yep. And oh my gosh, this is still loading. Okay, let me do refresh. Maybe that'll kick it into gear. All right, perfect.
There we go.
So look, at last year at this time, around like here. Well, let's say, okay, last year, this boy was sitting at 15 cents, y'all. 15 cents. And boom, all the way up to 7. Now sitting at $2.52. But look at that. And it's because it's an exchange, and they're going to get mad money from just fees alone. Let's not even say like what if they do like a DeFi thing, or what if they get attached to a chain, you know, let's not even say that, but just from fees alone, it's worth something. If we go to procrypto.com coin, now they're actually attached to a chain. Last year at this time, they were sitting at about 6 cents.
Wow.
Went up to about 90. Now they're sitting at 44. But still, 44, what? 6 times 6 is 36. So that's still like a 6 or 7x. And if you got out up here, that's like way more than that. So these guys definitely have a bright future ahead. I have some videos on Crow. It goes more deep into it. So check out the videos if you want to learn more. But this is an example of kind of just the power of exchanges. And the next coin I want to go over, the coin called Clever. And let me know if you guys have any coins in the comments. We can probably take some time to go over those if you want. Clever. So this is a coin. They have an exchange. They have a wallet. They have KY. You don't even have to do KYC on this one. So that I thought was really something. Seems like they want to be in a whole like Southeast Asia realm because they're on Tron. They're on the Tron network. And everything on Tron is kind of like Southeast Asia. So they're sitting at 2 cents. Haven't been around too long. September of last year, which even look at that. Like September last year, you could have had this guy for 0.005. But this big old spike here is when they got listed on KuCoin, and they've kind of settled down since then. But as these guys get more adoption, I think we're going to see this come up just like all the other ones we saw here. So before I go on with anything else, let me see if you guys have anything in the comments. Oh, thanks for the shirt. Prof. Shelly. GT Nuts. I'm glad you found it. See, look, this guy, he's definitely about crypto, because he sent me a few comments saying, "Oh man, what time does your show come on?" And he couldn't find it, but he found it. I love that, man. I love that so much. I'm so glad you found it. Shelly's waiting for ADA to get to $1. Thank you, Shelly. That's something I really wanted to go over tonight, actually. ADA. We covered this a little bit last week, but everybody keeps thinking that ADA's dead. But I'm going to show y'all something. DeFi Llama. So DeFi Llama just covers what projects have DeFi and how much is being stored in their DeFi. DeFi is really, really important to a coin's price. And I'm not going to go over as much as I did last week. Go check out the report last week. And if you want to know more about DeFi, I have a video that's called Crypto, What Is It Really? But just like the cliff notes of it, it's decentralized finance. So it's like crypto banking just between you and me, instead of having like 85,000 middlemen like the bank do. And all those middlemen have to take fees. All those middlemen have to clear. So it's just making finance decentralized and way faster with less fees. So if we come over here and take a look at total value locked, I'm sorry, these are the actual DeFi. These are the actual DeFi programs. We want to look at chains. Look at total value locked.
And then Ruel, when we get a sec, Michael in the chat wants us to check out Decred, DCR.
Okay, we'll do. So right here.
Beautiful. Yeah, and if anyone else has any other coins they want us to check out in the chat, just let us know in the chat, and when we have time, we'll take a look.
Yeah, please shoot them over. Cardano. So Cardano's finally got its DeFi online, which probably means that smart contracts are easier to do now. But we have this this swap. Remember, I said check out this video, swaps and exchanges. We went over exchanges. Now we're going to go over a little bit of swaps. Now this is Mucilix swap. Muesli, I think, is like some type of root word for milk. So that's why that coin is called milk. And if we go to the website here, we can see they have Cardano all raring to go. And if you guys come over here, you can see they have all these coins on Cardano ready to swap here. We got Milk, which is their swap coin. Like, it went up from like half a ADA to what it is right now. I think there's still some opportunities for growth on here, because we have this coin right here called ADAX. It's only half an ADA. And if we go to their website, we can see that this DAX is going to be online in like 19 days. So I think there's some opportunity for growth here, because again, swapping on here, you're going to get fees. So every time somebody swaps an ADA token, ADAX is going to get paid some fees. And of course, I'm sure they're going to probably have launch pads and all this other stuff. You guys can come down here and check out their roadmap. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys it is not dead. DeFi is launching on ADA, and check out my video from last week, and you'll see just how much DeFi has to do with the coin's price. As soon as a coin gets DeFi, they just shoot up. It's where all the money is. So let's go over here and take a look. I think it was Decred.
Yep. Yes, sir. DCR. Yep, the top one right there.
Okay, so I never heard of this one before. I've been like checking out that it was like trending. So this is going to be a really good lesson for everybody because I just want to show you guys like a kind of quick and dirty how I go through like researching a coin. So first of all, we got Decred. We want to find its website, which they give right here. Even before the website, we want to go on Twitter, find these guys on Twitter, and see how many followers they have. So just as an example, if we go Cardano Foundation. So Cardano, they got 785K followers. Tons, right? So let's see how much Decred has. It seems like them. They don't have a check mark, but seems right. Okay, 51K. Can we do something in comparison? One of my favorite coins, Vera. Probably have to put in Veracity, don't I?
Yeah, I love this quick gut check just to see, you know, how legit a project is, how far along it is, just checking how many Twitter followers the project has.
So Veracity, on the other hand, 230K. Liechtenstein, LCX, probably going to be considerably less. Okay, so see, so LCX, they've only been around for like a year or two, so that makes a lot of sense. So so we got that part. Now we go back here, and before we can bring up the website, but even before we go to the website, CoinMarketCap does this nice little thing. You can scroll down, and it'll kind of tell you what it is. A blockchain-based cryptocurrency launched in February 2016. Protocol created to facilitate open governments, blah, 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 blah. Everything has that. Okay, so what makes it unique? Decred is an innovative project because it bets on blockchain technology's decentralized nature to prevent monopoly over voting status of a project itself. One of the main goals of Decred protocol is to ensure that all DC ARC holders have the same amount of decision-making power, blah, 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 blah. Okay, to me, it's not saying too much. Okay, so that really didn't tell me anything. So let me show you guys a better example. Seek. This is one I'm heavy on.
Yeah, this is one we've talked about before. Seek here, I'll put it in the chat.
And of course, they don't have a description. Let's go over the rows. I think they have the subscription. It's another coin I'm heavy on because they have a partnership. Why does it keep showing that? They have a partnership with Facebook Meta.
Yeah, shout out GT Nuts in the chat saying Ruell gets his hands dirty with that research. Yeah, Ruell does great research on crypto projects. So if you're ever interested in something, again, just drop it in the chat. We'd be happy to cover it. You can also find Ruell on Twitter. That's just what's your Twitter again, Ruell? Black Ruell or
At Black Rue.
At Black Rue. I'll post
And that's
that in the chat too.
RUE. So at least this is see how this is much better put out. Supports a high level of scalability, low gas fees, and token monetization, which says basically Ethereum killer. And then who are the founders? Don Song, What has she done? Work in protecting the public against AI generated fakes, i.e., deep fakes, which is something that makes me think their partnership with Facebook is going to be creating deep fake like avatars, which would be so lifelike to be in the metaverse with deep fake avatars. Oh my god! So that's something. That says something. Um, Let me see if I can find one more that might say something. What does LCX say? And then we'll go over to Decred's website and see if we can actually find some other information from them. See, there we go. So the Liechtenstein Crypto Access Exchange was founded in 2018, headquarters in Vaduz, maybe, Liechtenstein, and offices all these other places, including the USA. Member of the World Economic Council, in addition to the exchange. So it's basically telling you we're an exchange, we sell crypto. So that was helpful. The Decred didn't really give me much. So let's see over here. Secure, hybrid, proof of work, proof of stake. And proof of work is basically what Bitcoin does, which is mining. Proof of stake is what a lot of other coins do, which is staking. And in staking, in order to kind of balance out the point that they're not a limited number of tokens, you kind of get more levers to press on to kind of modify your price, the price of your coin, and protect the price of your coin. Like you can lower or heighten the staking fees. You can choose to burn coins whenever someone buys something with your coin, or whenever you get fees with your coin. If your coin is like the native coin, like Ethereum, where you go and you buy things with it, you get so many more levers with proof of stake. So that's the explanation of the both of those. Making the best of both worlds to okay, so they're doing a middle approach. They want to get the limited nature of proof of work. What makes Bitcoin such a great storage asset is that we know there's only 21 million of them. What makes proof of stake so awesome is that we know that you don't have to expend energy to mine it. So those are the big two arguments that are always being had. So they're kind of split in the middle of those. Adaptable. Decred's built-in governance system empowers community with formal rights to make consensus changes and manage project-level decisions. Sustainable. Okay, they're not telling me anything. I wish they tell me more. Okay, so based off of what use the Lightning Network, mix your Decred. Okay, so if they're saying not Lightning Network, then they're like a Bitcoin coin. Like maybe they're a fork of Bitcoin. So they're really not telling me much. I'll have to do more research on this and see if I can find like projects they're in or like anything, because they're not giving us any idea yet. Let's try to go to press and see if we can find something there. But yeah, so they didn't give me much. And the way that I love to do things, guys, again, I like to break things into sectors. And the sectors I'm looking at this year are swaps and exchanges, metaverse stuff, payment cryptos, DeFi, play to earn. I think that's it. Just those 5 or 4 or whatever. Okay, so those are the only ones that I am looking at. And for my patrons, I gave them a watch list for the year to look at. And I broke it down into sectors. And the reason I do that is because we can't account for all the coins that are going to be created, right? So if there's any like kind of coins in this sector that can maybe tip you off and say, aha, like, this is something Black Root said he was watching. Let me look at it and see if it's good. And if you're a patron or whatever, you can ask questions about that, and I'll give you my opinion, but of course not financial advice. So yeah, anyone have anything besides Decred? I'll have to look at this on my own and go even deeper on it. But since it's not in any of the sectors I covered, or they're not really giving me any idea of what they're doing, other than saying stuff that most other coins say, I can't give any opinion on this one.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough sometimes. I feel like a lot of the same, buzzwords and whatnot are in the same descriptions of different crypto projects. So sometimes it's hard to kind of discern which ones are going to be good projects and which ones are ones to avoid.
Yeah, man, it really is. So you got to really like I have those rules of thumb for myself, but you got to really like develop some rules of thumb for yourself. And there's certain things that I feel like you can just like kind of say as a given. Like if an exchange succeeds, it's a given that they're just going to make money because they're getting all this money from fees. That's why banking is so important, right? Bankers get all this money from fees. So these guys are going to succeed because they're just going to get all that fee money. That's also why DeFi is kind of important because they're just like banks. So they're going to get fees from swaps. They're going to get fees from staking, lending, and borrowing, which is what DeFi does. So that's why that's really important. And with a company like Facebook and the metaverse, of course, that makes metaverse really important. And the amount of money spent on gaming in this country and around the world really makes play to earn something to watch in the future. But yeah, let's see if we got any more coins. Oh, here we go. Riviera Group, Kuiper Network, KNC, or the Boba Network. Okay. How much full is the Patreon? I have a small Patreon. It's not full, and to this point, I'm not capping it because I made it something really easy and simple. Like it's a crypto watch list for the week. That's what it is. So maybe at some point, like when the channel gets like bigger, there'll be cap, but there isn't at this time. So Riviera Group, I like what you're touching on right here. So what Riviera Group is touching on with these KNC and Boba tokens, these are Ethereum rollups. We've been talking this for like a year, right, guys? Like how Ethereum's gas problems are a problem. So that's how we got the whole rise of competing networks like Solana and Binance, right? So since Ethereum's taken so long to kind of fix this, what other companies have come in and did is saying like, okay, we're going to build on top of or below Ethereum and make you faster ourselves. And that's what Polygon did. They kind of built something on the side of it. It's not really built on top of it. It's more kind of on the side, but it lowers gas fees for Ethereum. Hence, other coins have kind of jumped into that fray. Kuiper, as far as I know, I believe they're their own type of Ethereum killer. Boba is kind of built on top of Ethereum. And if we come over here and take a look, okay, so let's look at Boba. And I'm going to give you guys a couple that are kind of in that same realm. Okay, so Boba hasn't been around long, maybe like a couple months. So, yeah, since November. We come down here, available on gate.io, FTX, Future Chains. Do they actually tell us really great information? See, here we go. This is great information. Boba is an Ethereum 2 scaling and augmenting solution, just like we said, right? Built by the OMG Foundation. So their whole thing is try to scale and make a solution that reduces gas fees and throughput and extends capabilities of Ethereum. They call them like optimistic rollups, and there's also a term like ZK rollup or something like that. So I think all of those have really good potential. And as we can see, it's pretty much at the lowest point it's been in the chart. So I would say that it's not a bad thing to buy it at this point. Really, I don't see any bad in it. It's lower than it's ever been, and it's something that's probably going to approve Ethereum. Some other coins that I've been on hot and heavy on in this space is Aurora.
Aurora, yeah, we were talking about Aurora, I think, earlier today. There was another one that was been kind of booming the past couple of days, Near. I don't know if you've heard of Near at all.
Yes, I have. Aurora is actually built on the Near network. If we come over here and take a look, they should tell you that. Okay, so here we go. Aurora is a product that helps Ethereum users and dApps move to the Near blockchain. So remember again where I said about DeFi, right? And these are the tools we can use. Coming over here to DeFi Llama, gonna go look at chains. We pop on down here. So Near's on here somewhere, which is actually funny because Near has less money in it than Aurora does. Let's actually short by total value locked. Near. Okay, so Near is sitting here at 129 million. They're rising. But if we come over here and look at Aurora, 625 million. And it's just, kaboom, right? I wonder if Boba is on this list. I'm sure they are. Here we go. So Boba at this point, this is a bad sign that money's flowing out of it. I mean, that could possibly change, but that's definitely a bad sign that DeFi money is flowing out of it. We want DeFi money to flow in. Like for example, there's one oldie but goodie I like. It's been around forever. Finally getting into DeFi. Stellar Lumens. Right here. So they had this big spike up, crazy spike up one day, but as you can see, it's still on an uptrend. So I like that. What was one of the other ones in this space? A lot of people like Cartesi too. Cartesi. And again, this is probably the lowest it's ever been for a while. Okay, so way back here, you could have had it at 4 cents, but still, at 54 cents, not too bad. If we go down here and it says, what is Cartesi? Bridges the gap between mainstream software and blockchain, combines groundbreaking virtual machine and optimistic rollups, right? Same thing we saw, that same term, optimistic rollups, with which one were we looking at? Not Aurora, but the other one, Boba. So there are a couple different coins in this space, and what I do is I generally just make a watch list of them. But the highest one in my mind right now is Aurora. There's some other things that have a lot more money locked into them, like Arbitrum, but they don't actually have coins, which sucks. Arbit. Wish I could spell Arbit. Oh my god. Okay,
All
let
right,
me go over here.
excuse me. All right, Ruel, we only do have about 5 more minutes left. So if anyone's got some final coins or projects they want us to check out, please drop them in the chat now, and we'll take a look before we head out
Please
for the
do.
evening. But again, we are back every Monday night on another episode of Ruel Report. We are also doing some uploads on our Benzinga crypto YouTube, so give us a subscribe there if you have not already.
Yeah, forgot about those. Yeah, those uploads are really good, guys. Let's see here. Go back to oh my gosh, on my Gemini account, I have Gemini. I love Gemini. Okay, so if we don't have any more, let me see if I can find one. So here's the Arbitrum that I was talking about. They just don't have a coin. There's another one called Optimism. They just don't have a coin either. Let me see. Coin that I'd like to show you guys. Okay, this is one of my dark horse coins. It's a coin called Bit. Okay. It's another swap and exchange, but this is something that like I'm just gonna hold for a while. You see how cheap it is, right? It is an exchange, has not been around that long, just created this coin. If we go to its website, I'm probably gonna need to get an account with them too. Go all the way down to the bottom. So it's a Canadian cryptocurrency exchange. As far as I know, other than like Voyager and another company called Mogo, which kind of just does like the Robinhood thing where you can't really take custody of your crypto, but you could buy it through their app. Other than Voyager, this is the only one I know in Canada, but it seems like they also have the license to work in the US as well. They already got their phone apps, it seems. So, up and coming exchange. I think they've only been around for like maybe 2 years, I think they said. So I remember seeing on here they had like a 2-year anniversary or something. Okay, yep. Second anniversary airdrop, which I'm sad I missed. But yeah, so they've only been around for 2 years. And I'm expecting to just hold this coin for a dang on really long time. And yeah, so if you as you can see, it's off its high. But again, just to give you guys some precedent on this, if we go look at LCX token, right?
Liechtenstein.
I was like, this is not a country. I haven't heard of it. And I went and researched it. I'm
And
like,
you
oh,
spent some
that
time in
little dot.
Germany, right?
Yeah, it's literally a little dot right between Austria and Switzerland. I'm like, is this new? And I'm like looking and they have like World War One and World War II history and like kings and all of that. And I'm like, okay. But yeah, guys, see, way back here, LCX went through like the same thing, right? When they were just like nothing years old or whatever. So if this using this as like precedent, right? 3 zeros, and it took them all the way to like what 2 years to get like really like in the ones like consistently. So hey, I'll take it if I got something with what not financial advice, of course, but if I got something that's like has 4 zeros behind it, I can put like $30 in there and get 1 million coins and just leave it there for 2 years. Okay, I'm all right with that. I'm cool with that. And you can buy it on Binance through Pancake Swap. So I'm just gonna let this junk sit for quite a long time and just monitor it and see if it starts going up. That's what I'm gonna do with that. But just note, like I said, don't expect anything to like happen like in a month or whatever. It might take a while, but to me, it's okay for like $30 to just sit there dead for a while on an exchange that is traded both in the U.S. and Canada. I'm okay with that. But yeah, let me know if you guys have any topics for next week. I'm sure something will pop off, or I'll do something. I'll just think of something. Let me know if you guys want to see like some play to earn, or maybe something on DeFi Kingdoms. I've been real high on DeFi Kingdoms lately. Maybe something metaverse. I don't know. Let me know what you guys want to see next week.
Yeah, great show tonight, Ruell. Hopefully between now and next Monday, we get a little bit of rally in Bitcoin or Ethereum. Please subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and smash the like. Again, we'll be back next Monday with another episode of the Ruell Report. Been a pleasure having you all with us tonight. Ruell, have a great rest of your evening, and we'll talk soon.
You too, bro. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good one. Peace.
Peace.